Well, if I'm being honest, I didn't ever expect to talk about something like this, but, being an educational channel and all. But welcome to Interesting Histories, truly the laziest editing possible to cope with a full-time job. Today is about Dashcon and the chaos surrounding it. Let's begin. The blogging platform known as Tumblr is, among other things, very popular. But this is not about Tumblr. This is about the convention dedicated to it. Announced in 2013 and funded by the next year, where the date was set from July 11th to July 13th, 2014. For any means, there was nothing to look down before it started, but problems began to show immediately once it did. Mismanagement can destroy any good idea, with this being no exception. The first day suffered from such from even the very beginning. Minors were allowed in panels for 18 and older only. Attendance figures never broke 1,000 when projections were between 3 to 7,000. But the real problem hit late into the first day at roughly 9 o'clock when the convention staff announced that the fees for using the hotel's convention center needed to be paid up front, with a total of $17,000 needing to be raised immediately. This $17,000, however, staff simply did not have. Through frantic pleas that rubbed some guests to solicitation and extortion, within the time allocated, the funds were raised and the convention did go on, largely with the expectation of the big draw, the Welcome to Night Vale cast panel. The crew of WTNV were the big draw of the convention, with it centering around their live performance and subsequent Q&A session afterwards. However, the cast was initially informed their expenses would be paid, but found out none of their travel expenses, performance fees, or even hotel room costs would be paid. This would be a reoccurring theme, with other guests planned as well. The podcast group The Baker Street Babes, whose panel was held earlier and went off without a hitch, discovered their room was no longer being paid for, and they were held responsible for the room payment. For what it's worth, following the convention, however, the podcasters have been reimbursed since the events. Possibly the biggest joke to come out of the whole convention is the ball pit in the main center, a subjectively pitiful inflatable pool filled with plastic balls, with an extra hour unironically promised to those who purchased reserved seat tickets to the now cancelled Welcome to Night Vale panel. This all coped with a game room with one TV, only 500 allocated tickets for sale per day, with said entry tickets being scarcely policed, and sketchy false statement connections to a charity which denied partnership. The convention garners an interesting reputation as a complete calamity. While seemingly non-malicious in nature, enough went wrong with this convention for it to garner enough bad publicity for no further events to be planned, becoming a historic failure, honestly pretty humorous, yet very interesting, earning its place in this video. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for the unbelievable support of the channel. Have a suggestion? Make it known. I'm always open, and it truly does help me find topics to cover. Thanks again, and have a good night.